You're such an asshole.
All right, we have a Clarey test request. If you have a Clarey test request, you can always hire me at assholeconsulting.com. Hello, caption. I would like a video Clarey test on John Taylor Gatto. You may find him rather interesting on Wikipedia, especially in the thesis section, considering your dismay for most teachers. Oh, is he a teacher? Should we just say he's got a score of 4, maybe 3 if he had a real job or something? John Taylor Gatto, born 35, died 2018, was an American author and school teacher. After teaching for nearly 30 years, he authored several more books on modern education, criticizing its ideology. There should be an ideology in education. Well, maybe I agree with this guy then. History and Consequences. He is best known for his books Dumbing Us Down, The Hidden Curriculum of Compulsory Schooling, and The Underground History of American Education, a school teacher's intimate investigation to the problem of modern schooling, which is sometimes considered to be his magnum opus. He was named New York City Teacher of the Year 1989, 1991, New York State Teacher of the Year 1991. that any of those Teacher of the Year awards, completely worthless. It means about as much as an Oscar or a, what's it called? What's the Nobel Peace Prize? All right, let's go to biography. Born to Andrew Michael Mario Francis, Virginia, Gatto in Monongahela, Pennsylvania. Steeltown Public Schools, Catholic boarding school, undergraduate for Cornell. Well, how'd you get into Cornell? Served in the U.S. Army Medical Corps. All right. Following Army service, he did graduate work at City University. Now we got to figure out. So, how old was he? He went to school in 1955 in the 50s. So, probably any degree was a good degree. He just seems like an academic. He did his mandatory military service and then I'm going to go educate myself about education. Graduate work at City University of New York, Hunter College, Yeshiva University, University of California, Berkeley, and Cornell. All right. You get half a point. I don't care about the grandfather clause. Dude, when do you work? When I know you did your military service. When did you ever have an intention of working? Worked as a writer, held several odd jobs before borrowing his roommate's license to investigate teaching. Gatto also ran for New York State Senate. Okay. All right. Yeah, you definitely get a half a point. 29th District, 85 and 88, as a member of the Conservative Party of New York against incumbent David Patterson. He was named New York City Teacher of the Year, 89, 90, 91. Wrote a letter announcing his retirement titled, I Quit, I Think. Okay. I really can't respect this guy. What did you do aside from teach and write books about teaching and sit in school? Aside from his stint in the military, he never left school. And I don't care if I agree with him ideologically. He then began public speaking writing careers, received several awards from libertarian organizations, including the Alec de Tocqueville Award for Excellence in Advancement of Educational Freedom, the Charles Montgomery Burns Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence. Gatto promoted homeschooling, specifically unschooling and open source learning. Good for him. It's like Hans Hermann Hoppe. I don't hate the guy personally, but dude, you didn't do nothing but be an academic. Did he mow one yard? Did he shovel one driveway? I am a philosopher, and I'll sit here. Philosophers, I don't care that you agree with me. Did you work? Do you have these things on your hands? I don't know if you can see. I got calluses because of all the construction work I've been doing. Also, lifting weights without gloves will do that to you, too. Do you guys know? Do people at the Mises Institute know what calluses are? That's a pretty dig deep. And I like the Mises Institute. Had 2 major strokes filming. What did you want me to look at else? You said look at his especially the thesis section. All right, let's take a look at the main thesis. Gallo asserts the following regarding what school does to children in dumbing us down. It confuses the students and presents an incoherent ensemble of information that the child needs to memorize to stay in school. Apart from the tests and trials, this programming is similar to the television. It fills almost all the free time of children. One season hears something only to forget it again. I'm not disagreeing. It teaches them to accept their class affiliation. It makes them indifferent. It makes them emotionally dependent. It makes them intellectually dependent. It teaches them a kind of self-confidence that requires constant confirmation by experts. It makes it clear to them that they cannot hide because they are always supervised. I'm not. I'd have even more dark observations. I don't disagree. He also draws a contrast between communities and networks, with the former being healthy and schools being examples of the latter. He says networks have become an unhealthy substitute for community in the United. It had okay. I'm gonna even here's a perfect example where he didn't go far enough. Call it what it is. The public schools are babysitting operations because parents don't love their children and don't want to raise them. Boom. Now he comes to the same conclusion. I'm not a great economist. I'm not a great philosopher. I'm just saying the emperor ain't got no clothes. That's it. Maybe you could call me courageous. And it's not courageous because I don't care. I ran out of F's to give a long time ago. Gatto's book aimed to inspire education advocates and the inception of praxis tests. This testing measured academic competence and knowledge of specific subjects required for teaching. Praxis test demystifies apparent conclusion and meaninglessness of public schooling system by explaining the real purpose and function. According to Gatto, the purpose and function of public education be boiled down to 6 functions. All right. The adjustive and adaptive functions. Schools are designed to establish fixed habits of response to authority. 2, the purpose of this function is to make kids as like as possible. 3, to determine each student's proper social role. 4, students are trained no more than to meet the standards of determined social role. 5, unadopted students are treated like inferiors in order to prevent their reproduction. What? 6, small fraction of selected students is created in order to continue the schooling system. Small, half the darn kids go into school for education. I may be a teacher. Ran into one of those yesterday. I want to be a teacher. Why do you like being poor? All right. I don't think he came from wealth. Let's go with that. He does get half a point for majoring perpetually in stupid crap. Does he have real world working experience? Boy, the U.S. Army Medical Corps. I guess we got to give it to him. What's he doing now? He's dead, but all he did was work. So he's got half a point. He barely gets by with the military. I would also say that he has no he continued. What's he doing now? He didn't do anything. He just wrote books and did. So what is that? Did he come from wealth? No. He has only got a score of 1.5. But would I want to have a beer with him? No. I would not want to have a beer with him. Should he run for office? No, not really. I don't think so. I know he's got a low score, but I wouldn't vote for him. And I don't think he has any real world working experience. He's purely an academic. Or was an academic. Any super chats? Cool. All right, that's it. See you guys later. Toodles.